thermal sound wave.
Yes, indeed. It's thermal sound waves, the natural alternative to fast food radio. We here.
What it is.
C.Truth, Kev Lawrence.
That's what he said.
Right now, we have a musician, we have an artist, we have an entertainer that's joining us on the program. You know what I'm saying, fam? And he's going to tell us about some of the things that he has going on. But he's done some very, very illustrious things in his career.
Oh, you gave him a bit. That's good words right there. You gave him the good words.
Illustrious, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, absolutely, no doubt, no question. You know what I mean? And he's gonna tell all you who are not familiar with him what it is that he's done and what he's doing right now. So, without further ado, let's bring on the man, the legend, Amadeus. That's right, like that famous composer that did his thing. I don't know what year that was, but you know what I'm talking about.
He be composing though.
What's going on, brother?
Peace and blessings, Kings, man. First off, I'm honored to be here tonight. I appreciate you guys having me on, allowing me to speak to the people, man. So much love to you guys. First off, my name is Amadeus, as you mentioned. I am, humbly speaking, multi-platinum bad boy hitman producer that has been blessed to produce for over 100 artists. Just to name a few: Chris Brown, J-Lo, Trey Songz, Tyga, Jeezy, Keisha Cole, T.I., Fabulous, Young M.A., Dave East, Danny D. Kane, Day 26.
Keeps going.
Justin Bieber.
Canadian money.
112. Who I mentioned? Paul Wall, Slim Doug. Man, so many, man.
Already.
So many. A lot of film scoring. I produced the theme song for ESPN First Take.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He's still going?
Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Sprite, Burger King, BET, VH1.
You showing off now, son. You showing off now, son. Nah. Talk about humbly speaking.
I got to talk my talk.
Humbly speaking. They ain't humble. They ain't humble.
I got it. Listen.
Man, I'm drinking a coconut water right now. That's all I got.
Every now and then, this is my thing. Every now and then, you have to have an Amna moment. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You gotta talk your talk. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta talk your talk. You know, all I'm doing is speaking facts.
No question.
You gotta be from the Bronx.
While he was talking, he was doing the smutty dance.
Yeah, he was. He was doing the smutty dance. Yeah, he was.
Speaking nothing but facts. You know, I'm just grateful and blessed.
No
that
question.
It happened to be some really great things. You know what I'm saying?
Now, in addition to being a producer, you've also have rocked the stage with a lot of people too.
Yes, sir. 15 years, been touring with Trey Songz as his music director and tour drummer. So any shows that you've seen, you know, Summer Jam, BET Awards, anything, any tours. We did a tour with Tyga and Chris Brown, Between the Sheets tour, an Anticipation tour with Big Sean. You know, so like I said, the last 15 years, any show. Oh, yeah. 15 years in, bro. 15 years in, man. And it's been some great experiences. Like I said, touring with Trey, we brought a lot of guests. T.I., we put out Fab, Nicki Minaj, Drake. So we didn't Puff, Meek. So we didn't touch the stage with a lot of great artists and great icons, man. And you know, again, just grateful for that situation.
Now, with all the work that you've done and all the people you've touched the stage with and been in studios with and TV shows and all of these things that you've done, tell me an artist that is on your wish list that you want to work with that you have not yet, and also maybe like a TV show or some type of film that you want to do that you haven't got to do yet.
Definitely a long list. You know, I'm from the church. I'm a church boy at heart. Still am to this day. So would love to work alongside, you know, Kurt Franklin. Mary is one of my favorite gospel groups of all time.
Yes.
Walking.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to man. Shout out to Mary. Usher, Rick Ross. We toured with Jay. We opened up for Jay-Z on the Blueprint 3 tour, both here in the States and overseas with Trey. So I got to tour with him, but would love to, you know, be able to collab on a studio level, on a production level. So Hove, so many, man. Kanye. I like a lot of the young kings and queens that are doing their thing today. You know, Lil Baby, Da Baby, Moneybagg Yo is fire. Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B. You know what I mean? Nikki. So there's a lot of artists that I haven't been able to work with as of yet. So hopefully, you know, that'll come to pass in the near future. In regards to the shows, man, I'm a real big, you know, I'm big into scoring. So I love like Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer has scored The Dark Knight and, you know, big movies. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
You know, so, we need to have him on here because people don't know. People like him are the ones that help make these movies, these films.
Oh yeah, big time.
The scene.
Like, yeah, they don't understand the scores. And people might not know what a score is. So can you please explain to the people what a score is?
Yeah, absolutely. So the music that you hear in the background or beneath, a film or a movie, like as I'm mentioning, Dark Knight, is known for the strings and the different sound effects and all of that stuff that happens when a suspenseful.
What was that? Can you say it again? Say that part again.
The little, you know what I'm saying? Like you said.
And Matt Damon with the Jason Bourne stuff, right? When he
all that.
Yeah.
Like those actually stick in it's in your brain, and it's like if you don't hear it, it's not really like a Bourne movie.
Exactly.
Movie, man. Imagine watching your favorite film with just the actors and the actresses just speaking, and you don't have any music in the background. You don't have anything. Like you don't. Like the suspense and the music, it kind of sets up the scene. Like once you hear the music kind of coming in, knowing something is about to happen, whether it's something scary, something spooky, something's about to jump out. It creates a vibe and an energy to it. So without the music, it's nothing, man. So absolutely, yeah. Scoring, that'll be, and it's a different world from production because it's like you watching the film again without none of the music being there. So you're just kind of relying on the energy of the actors and actresses and what the moment is, and you kind of try to create what you feel at that moment be the right feeling to input into the film so that people can be able to feel what you feel as they watch it as well. So it's a serious task. You know what I'm saying?
At what point did you say to yourself, this is me, when it came down to different aspects, when it came down to being a drummer on stage at a concert and also doing a score? What was it? What was that point of epiphany?
I really would say at a young age, and that's why, the book is so important, the story of Amadeus, and the beat goes on, because I kind of talk about me picking up the drumsticks, for the first time when I was able to understand in fourth grade. Like my mom and dad got me a drum set when I was about 2 or 3 years old, and in the book, you actually see the actual picture of me as a baby, on a drum, on a Smurf drum set. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not the Smurf drum set.
The Smurf drum set, bro.
He was Smurfing?
Drum set. Yeah, bro. Smurfs. The Smurfs was on my drum set. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, at that moment, I knew it was something that I loved. I loved music. I loved hip hop growing up the whole time. I just didn't know that I would have a thing for the creation of music. You know what I mean? And when I went to school, St. Augustine in the Bronx School of the Arts, you had to learn a musical instrument. That was a part of the program. There was no yes. There was no. You had to pick an instrument. So I chose drums, sat down for the first time, was able to mimic all of the patterns that my teacher played. And it was in that moment that I realized that I had something special. And I think the fact that it impressed my classmates, and I was only in fourth grade, and I was able to get that attention and then excitement from them, I think kind of excited me to pursue it. And as I pursued it, slowly but surely, I fell in love with the instrument. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I wanted to do was play drums and create music. And the older I got, the more I was able to be in tune to what it is that I can do and who I could become in music. So that's why I started, 14, 15, I want to be a record producer, because I knew what that meant. And I felt like me being a drummer kind of gave me the advantage and kind of the cheat code in a way, because production has everything to do with beats. And I was already a drummer, kind of mastering that craft, so to just kind of bring it all together, production, it just made sense.
And drums.
Let the drummer get some.
Drums are an extremely important instrument.
The heartbeat.
That goes, exactly.
Absolutely.
That goes way, way back to that early communication, especially we as a people, how we communicated with each other, how we still communicate with each other
right
to this day. And there's like a spiritual thing to that goes beyond music, that certain people understand that, certain people don't. But it's extremely important when you talk about drums and that beat and what it's telling you and what it's saying and what it's communicating to you.
Right. I love that.
There's a special code with that.
And side note, have you ever had a time where you was on stage performing and they didn't know you probably dropped your drumstick?
Oh, yeah. That happens every show.
For the people at the pause. But a point was like, oh, wow. What happened and how did you get back on point?
I mean, at the beginning, it would be kind of like, oh man, I dropped my drumstick. Let me try to pick it up and figure it out. As time went on and we had advanced as a team, And as a crew, I was able to have a drum tech, you know what I mean? So it's a person that's specifically there for me and my well-being to make sure my drums are set up, to make sure everything is on point. So like I have a person that's sitting like not too far from me as I'm performing every show that's just literally watching me play the whole show to make sure that there's nothing going wrong. I'm good. I don't need anything. So, you know, it's definitely levels to it, but I definitely had humble beginnings where I didn't have anybody up there, and I would have to just hurry up and reach for another drumstick or the one that fell on the floor. It might be the only ones that I have left because maybe I've broken over the rest of them and have to use that one stick. So, but you know, the point is I try to make sure that you as the fan, as the audience member, don't realize that happens. So regardless, I can always play with one hand. Like I have videos of me doing a solo because I dropped the stick with Trey standing right there screaming, "Yo, hey, my man, Amadeus!" And I'm playing with one drumstick, and I have to make it look like it's a show and like it's on purpose because there's only one drumstick. So, and you'll learn that in performance, man, where it's like the show always has to continue.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've got stories where, you know, I've broken the drums in the middle of the show. I got stories where, you know, we wear in-ears, which is how we hear everything, how we hear the sound, the music, Trey singing, where the battery might have died and the joint went out, so now I can't hear no sound. And being that I'm the drummer, I have to stop the beat because if I don't, I'm gonna make everybody off. So I got stories upon stories upon stories about how craziness happens on stage, and you just have to keep pushing forward, you know, no matter what.
Right. It's Thermal Soundwaves. We're talking to entertainer, performer, composer, scorer, producer Amadeus here on the program. Now, are some of those stories in the book? And what's the name of the book again? And where can they get that book?
Absolutely. The name of the book is The Story of Amadeus, and the beat goes on. And it's pretty much kind of giving you a full rundown of how I became Amadeus, you know, from me being a baby up to the point where, you know, I got my first opportunity as a placement as a record producer. You know, my first song produced out, which is Foxy Brown. So shout out to Foxy Brown for creating that opportunity for me as a producer, giving me a chance before anyone gave me a chance as a producer to get my name and my sound out there.
What was the name? What was the record?
Cradle to the Grave, which is the actual titled song to the Cradle to the Grave movie and soundtrack, which was by DMX. Yes, so right. Rest in peace, DMX. Gabrielle Union was in that, Anthony Anderson, Jet Li, Dragon. So it was a really dope movie. The song was featured in that. Again, it was the titled song for it. It was featured on the soundtrack as well. The soundtrack went on to sell over 500,000 physical copies, which earned me my first gold plaque on my first placement ever, you know, as a producer. So that's how it started.
Nice.
That's how it started, man. And just it just goes to show you that God had his hand on me, man, because obviously people don't start out, you know, in that way. But I was definitely shooting in the gym, bro. I was making beats for years upon years before that opportunity came about. So
no overnight success.
No overnight success. Years.
People think it is. They think it is. Oh, right. Just did it. Like, no. This is like
no
20 years in the making, man.
Big facts. You know, so again, Story of Amadeus, and the beat goes on is the book. It's available on my website, which is www.iamkingamadeus.com. Once again, it's www.iamkingamadeus.com. You can, if you don't want to get it there, you can reach me directly via my Instagram, Amadeus PBM, or my Facebook, Antoine Amadeus Thompson, or Twitter, Producer Amadeus. So however you need to reach me, I'm not hard to find. I check all my DMs. The book is coming directly from me. I'm autographing each copy that is purchased, personalized to each person. I'm packaging it. I'm going to the post office and mailing it out. So
this is self-published.
Absolutely. Yes,
beautiful.
sir.
Oh, you're taking all the money. Okay. I see what you're doing.
I'm out the trunk. I'm out the trunk. I'm out the trunk like Cash Money, man.
All right.
Only get the book from me.
All right.
Slanging and banging in books.
Trying to get a piece of that.
Sir.
Yes, publishing or something. Anyway, nah, man, shout out to you. Congratulations again. Shout out to you. Shout out to your neighborhood in the Bronx, New York, too.
Yes, sir. 169th Washington Avenue, to be exact, the 9.
Shout out to G. Shout out to G. Washington. He always be like, yo, I'm from the 9.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we'll have him on here, too, because that's the homie. But once again, shout out to you. And listen, keep us informed of everything else that's going on with you, man.
Well, yeah, man. You know, still producing. I kind of took some time off. The pandemic definitely did a toll on us all, the world, everybody in the world, man. So it definitely kind of affected me mentally and spiritually and financially. So I kind of just took a step back musically just to get my mind right. I can definitely say today that I'm in great spirits. I'm 100% back. So, you know, definitely gonna get back to making the music. I definitely am on the road. I have a residency in Las Vegas at Dre's nightclub. So if you're ever in Las Vegas, you definitely got to pull up on me at night at Dre's nightclub. Is the #1 hip hop nightclub in Vegas and on the Strip. So you got to definitely see that. I heard, Little Birdie said, we got a few Trey Songz shows coming up, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's been a while since, of course, because of the pandemic, since Trey and the Trey Songz experience has touched the stage together, man. I miss my brothers, I miss being out there on the road and touching them stages together. So hopefully that's true. So that, and pushing this book, man, really going out to the schools, and I've been getting the support of the principals. Shout out to the OSG team. Principals been purchasing books for their students. So I'm actually going to visit a school tomorrow, IS 318 in the Bronx. Sign some books, have a conversation with the students, man. So just moving and shaking, man. Moving and shaking.
Beautiful thing. Well, listen, we appreciate you taking time out to join us on the program, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep slinging them books.
Yes, sir.
Get everybody reading, early, which is very, very important.
Yes, sir.
The written word, the literary word. Definitely, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. We appreciate you.
Will do, man. Appreciate you, Kings, and keep doing what y'all doing, man. The fact that you guys have this amazing platform for people like myself to come on and share, what's being done is a blessing, man. So I appreciate you allowing me to share, with the supporters and the listeners, man. And much love to everybody that's tuned in.
No doubt. Thank you, man. You have a blessed night, man.
All right, y'all too, man. Be safe. Blessings, King.
Yes, sir. Peace. It's Thermal Sound Waves, the natural alternative to fast food radio. Thermal Sound Wave.